Okay, so we'll call this meeting to order, the Grafton Finance Committee. It is Wednesday, January 25th, 7 o'clock. We're meeting via Zoom. Present tonight with the Finance Committee, Sue Robbins, myself, Mark Haddad, Nick Roy, Heather McHugh, Greg Ma, Victoria Duckworth, our Finance Director, Mary Lauria, and our Administrative Assistant. Is that what you are, our Administrative Assistant, Amber?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
Amber
what we always call Sue.
Okay, then that's what we'll call her. So the purpose, the agenda tonight, we're gonna look to, and Dan Kusher has just joined us. We're going to look to assign departments to Finance Committee members for budget review. We're gonna schedule meeting dates for departmental budget, or at least we'll talk about that. And then we'll review the 2022 annual report of the Finance Committee, which I hope you've all had a chance to read and look over. So I think I'm gonna share the screen here for a second. Can everybody see this?
It's black. Well, yep. Now I can.
You got it? Okay, good. So this was our assignments for 23. We need to figure out how we're gonna do 24. So last year I had the finance director with Andy, and then I had the treasurer collector, the town clerk, and elections with Angelina, along with the police department. And I believe that's all I had. Oh, and the school department and the school
town
department
administrator
and the town administrator. I'm willing to keep those this year unless somebody else wants to jump in on them.
Well, since
Not
Andy's
all
not
at once.
around, I could jump in for the finance and accounting.
Okay. All right. That'll be good. So you'll take that with me since Andy's not here. That'll be Greg. Heather, you had cable last year. You okay keeping that?
Yeah, I'm fine with what I had last year.
All right, Dan, you okay with what you had last year?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. We need somebody to take over the library because that was Andy's last year. Is anybody interested in doing the library?
I could do that one too.
All right, we'll give that one to Greg. Just trying to see if there's anything else we need to, does somebody want to join Dan with the Board of Health?
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
All right. And Victoria, why don't you jump on the school department with me and Dr. Cummings? That'll be a good department for you to do. I'll set up a meeting with Dr. Cummings. And we used to have 3 members do that before, so it'd be good to have you jump on that one as well. I think you'd find the school department very interesting.
Great.
Sue, you're good with fire department, of course,
I'm-
and engineering and highway and sewer and cemeteries.
Yes, and
You and Dan?
council on aging. I'd like to have Nick or Victoria both with me on council on aging.
Okay. Nick, you willing to jump on council on aging?
Absolutely.
Excellent. I'm gonna assume Skip is good with recreation and Nelson. He's always done those, and
Yep.
same with ZBA, economic development. He's always done that, so that's good that he'll stay there, and he takes the building department as well.
Would
Oh, I don't-
Nick like to join me for planning board?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Nick and Victoria, is there anything else that you'd be interested in jumping on?
I mean, if you wanted, are there 3 on the school one? I wouldn't mind being on that too with Victoria.
Well, there's me, Angeline, and Victoria.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, then that's fine. Yeah, I can chip in wherever if you guys want a second or a third on any of these.
Well, you know something, why don't you, you know something, Nick, what I think you'll find interesting, why don't you jump in on police
Okay,
with me? So you can jump in on police and I'll set that up as well.
sounds good.
I don't mind having Victoria tag along with us for highway engineering, DPW, cemeteries and parks, all of those, because those are bigger budgets, and fire, those are bigger budgets. So I think she'd get a lot out of those.
So funny. I was absolutely gonna want to throw my hat in the ring for engineering and highway DPW. So happy
Yep.
to go along with all of those.
Okay.
Excellent. I gotta ask, I have a definite opinion on the town clerk's proposal this year. I don't know if I should keep that one. I think I might want to relinquish town clerk this year.
And I shouldn't do that because I am an election
Well,
worker.
you're an election worker. if nobody else wants it, I'll keep it, but I think you guys all know how I feel about that particular issue. I think I made my position clear at last week's meeting. I'll keep it if nobody else wants it, but if somebody wants to jump on town clerk, I'd be happy to relinquish that one.
Dan, why don't you take it?
Yeah, I can take town clerk.
Dan, town clerk is yours. All right, so going through this, Amber, we're gonna, myself and Greg are gonna take the finance director. Skip's gonna stay with assessor. I'll stay with treasurer. Dan is gonna take town clerk and elections and registrations. Heather's gonna stay with cable oversight. Dan's with conservation. Sue's with planning along with Nick. Skip's ZBA and economic development. Heather, you have Farmersville Fire and South Grafton House. Skip will keep custodial. Me, Angelina, and Nick will have police. Fire will be Sue, Dan, and Victoria. Building inspector will be Skip along with Victoria, right? Do I have that right?
I'll go down and take the ones that have Sue and Dan.
Oh, Sue and Dan, I'm sorry. So Nick, you were gonna do, I think you should do inspector buildings with Skip. I'll have Skip get a hold of you and you guys can work on that. And then Sue, Dan, and Victoria will be with highway, sewer, cemeteries. Board of Health will be Dan and who said they were gonna take Board of Health?
I have Dan and Victoria at Board of Health.
Dan and Victoria,
me, yeah.
okay? Yep. And then Council on Aging will be Sue and is that Nick?
Nick? Yep.
Yep. Veteran Services, Dan. Library is Greg, I believe.
Yep.
And then Skip is Recreation. School's gonna be myself, Angelina, and Victoria. CIPC will stay with Sue and Greg.
Do we
And I'll
know,
stay with the town administrator.
who I should reach out to about veteran services right now?
We have a veteran-
Yeah, I can either help you or William can help you. So
Okay.
William does he does the quarterly meetings with, the district and I'm involved with the budget and we've been working like together. So either or is
Okay.
fine.
Cool.
Don't have a veterans
Yeah.
agent anymore?
No, he left.
Oh, I didn't know that. When did he leave?
In
Uh,
December.
Yeah.
Oh, so just recent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Evan
I
and
was gonna feel like I was out of it for a second there. Thank
I
you.
believe
just
they
wasn't-
have a new hire. I don't know when he's starting. I believe he's accepted.
Oh, good. And it's still gonna be the 4 towns, Mary?
Yep.
Excellent, excellent. All right, so that'll be our assignments. So we want to be able to schedule these meetings and be ready to go when we start doing our departmental reviews, that Saturday meeting on the 11th. School department's gonna be the 8th, so we'll meet with the school department before March 8th. I'll reach out to Jay and set up a meeting. Mary, any update on the school budget from the last time we talked? I know Evan said he was gonna continue talking to them. Has there been
No.
any changes?
Nope, they're just going through their budget with, just analyzing everything and trying to find some savings.
Excellent, excellent.
I do
All right, any
wanna,
oth- Go
I
ahead.
do want to make a note on Department 141. There is a new department. I have a new Department 142 that will fall under assessor. It's a revaluation.
Okay,
right?
Okay.
So in the past, the reval services were financed through the capital warrant article. And so we've kind of, shifted away from that. And so we've just created a new department for it.
oh, okay. So that's still gonna be with obviously, that's with the assessor, so,
Correct.
okay, perfect. So Skip will take that one.
I see
Excellent.
we have 155 in there twice.
Yeah,
Once
so
with Skip and once
155
with
is
Sue.
the IT department, the information technology. So I think they'd like to talk to, the planning and assessor because there is like one invoice we've paid for, each department out of that. But Evan really oversees the information technology budget.
155 is in Evan's list at the bottom.
There it is right here.
Yeah. Oh, I
oh.
renamed it too. It's information technology now.
Okay. All right.
Mark, can you just tell me who was, I asked for planning? Is that Nick?
Yes.
Okay.
It's
And
you and Nick.
Council on Aging, Nick as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. I remember correctly then. Okay.
Excellent. Amber will Amber, you got all this, so you'll send out a revised list to all of us?
Yes.
Awesome.
And I just want to let the new members know is, I don't know how other people do it, but I'll send an email out to the people that will be reviewing budgets with me. And you just have to pick a couple of days that you're available. I can't take dates because I have to check with the department heads when they can meet, but just give me the best days you can meet during the week. Preferably in the morning if you can, so we can meet with them all. And fire, sewer, highway, cemetery and parks are all done in the DPW building all at once. They all show up there and we go through their budget. So it made it easy last year. We didn't have to move around and change dates. So
Was that even with Paul not in charge of fire anymore?
no, we have the fire chief, but I'll call Paul anyway to set him up, and I'll ask the fire chief to meet when we have with the DPW.
Good idea, Sue. Get it all done at once.
Yep.
All right. So Amber will get that out. We'll start scheduling our meetings, and then our next meeting will be on the 8th when we sit down with the school department. That'll be awesome. Okay, so the report of the finance committee, who wrote this?
I wrote it. But
Nice job.
I moved a
great
lot
job.
of it from last year.
I know, it's really, it's good. And you picked up on some of the things with this year, some of the things that have happened. I think it's good. Does anybody have any changes or edits they want to make? to
When
the,
Mark said,
report?
who wrote this? The tone, I was like, uh-oh.
No, Amber, I'm sorry, no, like,
Oh, I hesitated to say me.
I have a question about line 74.
I thought it was excellent, Amber. I'm sorry, I apologize. Go ahead, Greg, what's your question?
So do we really not have any expenses in excess of $1,000?
That's per vendor, right? So no, you have not paid a single vendor over $1,000 out of your department.
Okay, so that's just other vendors. That doesn't include salary and things like that.
No, oh no,
Okay.
No, that's just
no,
expenses.
you wouldn't put salary.
Okay.
That's in a different part of the report.
So unless there's a question, I would entertain a motion to approve the town report as presented.
So moved.
Second,
A second. Okay, all those in favor by roll call, Sue, Mark, I, Nick,
Aye.
Heather,
Aye.
Greg,
Aye.
Victoria.
Aye.
Dan,
I,
Angelina.
Aye.
Okay. I don't think there's anything else for us to talk about. I'm
we
glad we
gonna-
got ours. Go ahead.
are we going to, Amber's gonna set up all the Saturday meetings, so we'll get a list.
Work with Amber. Yeah, I'm gonna work with Amber and set that up. I guess, Sue, that's a good point. I will send out a list. I'll work with Amber. I'll send out a list on who will schedule for that Saturday. I'll send it out to all of you in advance. Write back to me if there's another department you want us to add to that Saturday meeting, and we'll add
Well,
that.
I was just going to say, I'd like you to add Council on Aging because she's new.
Oh,
And I
yes.
think we should get to know her a little bit and have her come in and meet us.
I think
So,
that's a great idea. I
Yep.
think that's a great idea. So I will absolutely schedule her as well.
okay,
That's right. She just started last summer, right?
Right. great.
Yep. Yep. All that counts on Aging. Anybody else have anybody else they want us to add? All right, excellent. Well, this was I knew it was gonna be fast. I didn't think it was gonna be this fast. And again, Amber, I apologize for my tone on asking who wrote the town report. I thought
Thank
it
you.
was great.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Amber.
doing that.
Yeah,
No
thank you so
problem.
much.
You
That's
have no
awesome that you did
idea
that.
how many of us look down when somebody says, who wants to do the report? We don't need anybody's eyes, so thank you for doing that. Nice job.
Amber, we really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, so being no other business, I will adjourn this meeting and thank you all and see you all on March 8th.